and welcome to yet another episode of the In-Depth series. My name is Pooja Dwivedi. Today is Rajasthan Day. Our segment will deal with every important facet of the history that has shaped Rajasthan as it stands today. Now, from the perspective of your GS Mains paper second and from the perspective of your preliminary examination, it is important that you pay attention to each and every slide. Moving ahead, first of all, let us talk about the backdrop. Festivities are celebrating Rajasthan Day as March 30th every year is celebrated as Rajasthan Day. This is the day that signifies state's creation, unifying a motley group of princely states and chiefmanship or chiefship. Modifications were also made that has shaped Rajasthan after the State Reorganization Act of 1956. Now moving ahead, first of all, let's talk about the princely states. We know that after the British rule ended, India had a major task of unifying India and integrating India as it is today. So the outgoing British administration handed over only 60% of India's land to the Indian government. The rest was in the hands of the 565 princely states that also included Rajasthan. The British Empire actually administered India under two parallel systems. First is the direct rule in the provinces and second one is the indirect rule in the princely states. These princely states governed their own territories by actually showing allegiance, by alleging to the British crown. Moving on. Now when the British left, the crown's suzerainty lapsed. Rulers of each and every princely state had certain options. Join India, join Pakistan or remain independent. Now it was of utmost importance to integrate these princely states into the Indian Union because of security challenges that were being, of course, challenged by Pakistan itself. And the task was given Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel and VP Menon, who took this mountainous task of integrating India. Let's talk about how it happened. First, let's talk about the Rajputana Agency. It spanned roughly more than 3 lakh square kilometers and it was under an agent under the Governor General in charge who was residing at Mount Abu. All the princely states and estates in the agency were 22 in total. They were ruled by Hindu rulers with the exception of Tonk, which had a Muslim ruler. Now most of the rulers were Rajput with the exceptions being at Bharatpur and Dholpur. These were under Jat rulers. Since they largely remained loyal to the British during the revolt of 1857, there was no major administrative changes that were made in the Rajputana Agency during the British rule. After independence, these states were slowly integrated into India in different stages. So, the Matsya Union comprised of Alwar, Bharatpur, Dholpur and Karoli. And at the eastern edge of the erstwhile Rajputana Agency had natural and racial and economic affinities with each other. That is why it was important for Matsya Union to be inaugurated on March 18, 1948. Now, almost parallelly, the idea of the state of Rajasthan began taking shape in the southeast of erstwhile Rajputana Agency. 10 princely states supposedly were integrated into it. So, Udaipur, which was also known as Mewar, it was being the largest. It wanted to form a union. An idea to merge these into Madhya Pradesh was also floated, but that did not go through because these were mostly having affinity to Rajasthan. Also, another idea to merge these states into the much larger Udaipur was also proposed by the Maharana of Udaipur, Bhupal Singh Bahadur. That wasn't agreeable to the other princely states. Then on 25th March 1948, the 9 other states came together to form the Rajasthan Union. Some other changes were also made after the Reorganization Act of 1956. Now, within 3 days after its formation, Udaipur also wanted to join this union, and after renewed discussions, the second Rajasthan Union was inaugurated by the then Prime Minister on April 18, 1948. Now, while the Matsya Union and the Rajasthan Union accounted for much of the east and the southeast of the erstwhile agency, the 4 largest princely states, including Jaipur, Jodhpur, Bikaner, and Jaisalmer, they were independent. The latter 3 also shared a border with Pakistan, so that was another issue. Making their swift integration into Indian Union was very important because we had to secure our frontiers. At that time, it was understood that it would be a temporary formation. Matsya Union will be merged into the United Provinces or the Uttar Pradesh. Okay, But VP Menon suggested that these three, in addition to the border, state of the Kutch should be unified and put under the direct rule of the center. However, this move didn't receive many backers. Nobody wanted that. So the alternative, which was backed by Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, was to merge all the 4 states into the newly created Rajasthan state, a Rajasthan Union. So discussion was impactful, and on January 14, 1949, Sardar Patel announced that the impending reality of Greater Rajasthan, this has been written by the author of this book, The Origin Story of India's States, Venkataraghavan Subba Srinivasan. Moving on, Greater Rajasthan was officially inaugurated by Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel on March 30, 1949. It is still celebrated as Rajasthan Day. The capital of the new union was picked as Jaipur, and this was with the 36-year-old Maharaja of Jaipur, Savai Man Singh II, and he was selected as the Raj Pramukh. On May 15, 1949, the Matsya Union merged with the Greater Rajasthan to create a single unified state of Rajasthan. Moving on. Now, if we talk about other modifications which was made after 1953, there were many issues many states were created on the basis of linguistic features. The State Reorganization Act of November 1956 made many other impactful things to be there. For the state of Rajasthan, this brought some minor changes. Ajmer had continued to exist as a small independent Class C state within the boundaries of the central Rajasthan. This was under the direct control of the center. Then it was formed in 1950 out of the former provinces of Ajmer, Merwara, which, unlike the rest of the Rajasthan, was under the British Administrative Council. So these small changes were also there. It also integrated was the Abu Road Taluk. In 1950, this taluk of the Sirohi district of southern Rajasthan. It was sliced and included in the Bombay state. This had always been contested by Rajasthan, and the SRC returned the taluk to the state. Finally, the enclave of Sunail in Rajasthan's southeastern edge, it was received from MP in exchange of the enclave of Sironj due to administrative reasons. So this was the story of Rajasthan getting its current shape. I hope you understood it. That's it. Thank you so much for watching.